40 bikers stormed into a nursing home, their mission: to rescue a World War II veteran. What transpired next would leave anyone speechless. The clock struck midnight when a nurse, her face etched with terror, burst into a biker bar. The rumble of conversation ceased as every biker turned to stare at the unexpected intrusion. Jack, the club president, rose slowly, his eyes narrowed. "Lady, you've wandered into the wrong place." "No, I've come to exactly the right place," she said, her voice laced with desperation. "You're Jack Morrison, and you visit Wild Bill Henderson at my nursing home every month. Isn't that right?" At the mention of Bill's name, Jack's entire demeanor shifted. "What's happened to Bill?" "His son is plotting to kill him tomorrow morning, and I desperately need your help." A silence descended upon the room, heavy and profound. Wild Bill, at 97 years old, was the last surviving member of his bomber crew from World War II. These bikers had adopted him as their grandfather, forging a bond after meeting him at a Veterans Day parade. "Start talking, and make it fast," Jack commanded, his voice tight. Katie's words tumbled out in a rush. Bill's son manipulated the legal system to gain power of attorney by falsely claiming Bill suffers from dementia, but he's completely lucid, mentally sharp as ever. His son is only after his inheritance. "What inheritance are we talking about?" Tank's voice rumbled from the corner. "Bill owns 300 acres of prime land worth $2 million, Katie explained, her voice trembling. "His son needs him dead to sell it." Jack's fists clenched, knuckles turning white. "How exactly is he planning to kill him?" "Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., a doctor is scheduled to sign papers to move Bill to hospice care and discontinue all his medications, including his heart pills. That would kill him within 3 days." "Doc," the club's member with medical expertise, stated grimly. "That's precisely the plan," Katie confirmed, her voice barely a whisper. "Bill is begging for help, but no one at the nursing home will listen to him." Jack scanned the faces of his brothers. Every face mirrored the same burning rage he felt. "You're asking us to kidnap a patient from a nursing home," Jack said slowly, deliberately. "That's a federal offense, serious prison time." Katie pulled out her phone and played a video. On the screen, Bill sat in his wheelchair, tears streaming down his face, saying clearly, "My son is trying to kill me for my land, and nobody believes me." A chorus of curses and threats erupted from the bikers. "How many laws are we about to break?" Tank asked, his eyes blazing. "All of them," Jack replied, a grim smile playing on his lips. "Who's with me?" Every single hand shot up without hesitation. But Katie wasn't finished delivering the bad news. "There's another problem. Bill's son hired 3 armed security guards to ensure no one interferes tonight. He anticipated we'd come." Jack's smile widened, a dangerous glint in his eyes. "Smart man, but not smart enough." Jack pulled out his phone and made a call. "This is Hammer. I need every rider geared up and ready to roll in 10 minutes for an emergency rescue mission." Within minutes, 40 Iron Wolves roared to life on their motorcycles, tearing through the rain towards Sunset Manor Nursing Home. Katie rode behind Jack, navigating and providing updates. But they weren't the only ones heading that way. 20 more motorcycles merged onto the highway with them. These riders proudly wore Veterans of Foreign Wars patches. Jack recognized their leader, an old Marine known as Bulldog. 60 motorcycles descended upon the nursing home like a thunderous wave. The 3 security guards stationed at the entrance looked as if they might soil themselves. Jack dismounted and walked up to them calmly. "We're here to visit our friend." "Nobody visits William Henderson tonight," the biggest guard said, his hand resting on his weapon. "Family orders." "We are his family," Jack stated, his voice low and dangerous. "Not according to this paperwork," the guard retorted, holding up a document. That's when things took a turn for the dramatic. A black town car screeched to a halt behind the motorcycles. Judge Patricia Williams emerged, clad in her bathrobe and slippers, radiating fury at being awakened. "Which one of you is Katie?" she demanded, her voice sharp. Katie nervously raised her hand. You contacted my emergency line regarding elder abuse? The judge asked, her eyes blazing. Yes, Your Honor. And I have video evidence. The judge watched the video on Katie's phone. Her face transformed from annoyed to utterly enraged within seconds. You three, she barked, pointing at the security guards. Leave now, or be arrested for conspiracy to commit murder. We're just doing our job. One guard protested weakly. So we're Nazi prison guards, Bulldog growled, stepping forward menacingly. You want to keep pushing that argument? The guards exchanged nervous glances, then looked at the 60 angry bikers, then back at the furious judge. They practically sprinted to their car and sped away. Let's go get Bill, the judge ordered, her voice ringing with authority. Inside room 247, Bill sat in his wheelchair, proudly wearing his bomber jacket from the war. His eyes lit up when he saw the throng of leather-clad angels who had come to rescue him. Took you boys long enough? Bill said, trying to project a tough demeanor despite the tears welling up in his eyes. Sorry, Bill. Traffic was murder, Jack quipped, a hint of a smile playing on his lips. Unlike what your son had planned. Just then, Bill's son arrived with 2 lawyers in tow. He was a soft, entitled man in an expensive suit who began screaming the moment he saw the bikers. What is this? A motorcycle gang invasion? He yelled, his face contorted with rage. I'm calling the FBI. Please do, Judge Williams said calmly. I'd love to explain how you attempted to murder a war hero for financial gain. He has dementia, the son insisted, his voice shrill. He doesn't even know what day it is. Bill spoke up, his voice clear and strong. It's Thursday, October 15th, 2023, and you failed out of law school while squandering my money on cocaine back in 1991. The son's face turned a shade of purple. That's not relevant. Actually, it is, said a new voice. Everyone turned to see a man in a Navy uniform with admiral stripes walking in. I'm Admiral James Mitchell, Jr., he announced, his voice resonating with authority. Bill Henderson saved my grandfather's life over Berlin in 1944. The room fell silent once more. I monitor all reports involving Medal of Honor recipients. The Admiral continued, his gaze fixed on Bill's son. Attempting to murder one for profit is something I take very personally. Bill's son started backing towards the door. This is insane. Officers, arrest him, Judge Williams commanded. 2 police officers, who had just arrived, placed Bill's son in handcuffs as he screamed about lawsuits. Lawsuits. Katie stepped forward, holding up a medicine bottle. Your Honor, I just discovered someone replaced Bill's heart medication with sugar pills 3 days ago. He was already being slowly murdered. Doc confirmed after examining the pills. The judge's face darkened with fury. Add attempted murder charges. But now they faced a new challenge. Bill couldn't remain at the nursing home after this ordeal. You're coming home with us, Jack announced, his voice brooking no argument. I can't be a burden, Bill protested weakly. You're not a burden. Your family, Tank said, his voice filled with genuine affection. We already built you a room at our clubhouse. Katie raised her hand. I just quit that horrible place, and I'll be Bill's private nurse if you need one. You're hired, Jack said immediately, a smile spreading across his face. The bikers carefully packed Bill's belongings while he barked orders like the bombardier he used to be. Careful with that photo of my bomber crew. Don't drop my medals. 40 of the toughest bikers in the state delicately packed doilies and war memorabilia. The convoy that left was legendary. 60 motorcycles escorting one van carrying Wild Bill Henderson to freedom at the Iron Wolves clubhouse. Bill gasped when he saw what they had prepared for him. A complete apartment with wheelchair ramps, safety rails, and walls adorned with his war photos. When did you do this? Bill asked in amazement, his eyes wide with wonder. We've been working on it for months as a surprise, Jack admitted, a rare display of vulnerability in his voice. Tonight just moved up our timeline a bit. That night, 60 bikers gathered around Bill, listening intently as he recounted stories of bombing runs over Nazi Germany. His memory was impeccable, effectively dispelling any claims of dementia. Katie uncovered further evidence of attempted murder. Someone had been slowly increasing his blood pressure medication to dangerous levels. The investigation revealed that Bill's son had paid a nurse to slowly poison him. Both were charged with conspiracy to commit murder. Every morning, Katie assisted him with his exercises. Every afternoon, bikers visited to listen to his stories. Every evening, they watched old war movies together. The Admiral visited monthly, bringing other veterans to meet a living legend. Bill lived 3 more beautiful years at that farmhouse. He passed away peacefully at the age of 100, surrounded by 2 families. His bomber crew in photographs and his biker family in person. At his funeral, 40 Iron Wolves carried his casket. The Admiral delivered the eulogy. Bill's son watched from federal prison. Bill bequeathed his 300 acres to the Iron Wolves with one condition: to build a retreat for forgotten veterans. Today, Wild Bill Ranch houses 20 veterans who might otherwise die alone in nursing homes. Katie manages the medical staff, while the bikers provide security and brotherhood. Above the entrance hangs a sign that reads, "Heroes live here," and inside hangs a photograph from the night 40 bikers stormed a nursing home to save one old veteran who had once saved the world. Sometimes, angels wear leather and ride motorcycles. Sometimes they break laws to uphold justice. And sometimes the best family is the one that chooses you when your blood relatives fail you completely. Bill Henderson died a free man because 40 dangerous men decided that some battles are worth fighting, regardless of the cost.